Hello. Literally as soon as I went live. This is going to be a little bit of a test today. It's my first stream whilst being a house dad. So it might be short and it might be oft interrupted. So bear with me today. Alright. Hopefully we're able to make this all happen. I've got a refill of coffee and then we'll get started today. My voice, the morning DJ voice. Be right back. Mungus, what's going on? I can't believe I actually made it back in time. Made it back in time for the just starting screen. So today is going to be kind of a test in production. Excuse me while I lower my music a little bit. So for you, those of you that don't know, first of all, welcome to the stream today, guys. It's a very odd time of day for me to be streaming, but here we are. This is kind of a test run. So I've got for those that don't know, I'm kind of a house dad these days. So I've got two kids who are doing remote learning. And so they're both streaming as well. So we're trying, hopefully we can hold it steady for everybody this morning. But yeah, I missed the PS5 event, so I'm gonna watch it for the first time. I was trying to avoid as much as possible, but I did see that everyone was this morning oh man, it was almost like gamer apocalypse this morning on Twitter, because I had a certain percentage of people that I follow are trying to get the new video card, the 3080 that came out this morning, I guess midnight. And so people were lamenting that. Not being able to there were people camped out. One of my buddies was saying that he was at Micro Center and they only had 20 or 30 cards and there was 50 people camped out. That didn't work out. And then yeah, the PS5 is just it's always like that though, right? Like except it wasn't really like that for the Xbox. I don't recall there being a huge crush like this. So I don't know. Did you try to get one, Mungus? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hold off. I'm having a hard time justifying a purchase of that nature and size right now. I'm gonna hold off, I think, until next year. Let them work out the kinks. Let the supply kind of rise back up. Boris, what's going on? Good morning, buddy. Guys, let me know if my mic is too loud or too... Oh no, ads! Sign up for alerts. Didn't receive an email. I should actually... Let's see here. I've been live for 4 minutes and 28 seconds. No, longer than that. 8 minutes. I feel like Best Buy, I heard Best Buy was pretty bad. GameStop was better to like go in person. And then Amazon, just people were like refreshing Amazon all night long. But who knows, right? Like now the game is you pre-order and then you're gonna get the email later that says we can't fulfill your order, right? Boris, you look really, really good today, bud. Man, nothing quite brings you to the weekend like just in your mind's eye, just picturing a sexy, glistening Boris. You know, just to kind of power you through the last day before Friday. But ads, man, what? That's a bummer. I'm gonna try this ad thing out, y'all. So where's my quick actions here? I do have my, so let's see, I have a 60-second ad on the quick button. Monetize your stream. So we're gonna run like before, we'll chat for a little while. I'm just gonna warn you guys ahead of time because I'm still playing around with this. Again, this is kind of a tester stream right now. So before we start watching the event, I'll run a 60-second ad and I can go get some coffee and you can go get some coffee too. We can all pee together and hydrate or dehydrate. Probably wait a year. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to wait a whole year. It probably depends on like when Horizon comes out. That will probably be the entry point for me. You know, or something bigger than that, like if an Elder Scrolls game drops or something like that, then I'll have to run out and buy something. But I think maybe I really enjoy like I got a PS4 when Taken King came out, Destiny Taken King, which was 5 years ago, which was what, 6 years ago that the Horizon will be on PS4, but I'm gonna get it on PS5. That will be my entry point for the next generation, I think, because the game is just on PS4. It was so beautiful. Like I have to get like the latest hardware, I think, on that one. And I'm like so far beyond on PC stuff right now. I'm just like I can't even. I'm never gonna get caught up. It would be a $2,000 investment probably to like upgrade my PC or buy a new one. So it's gonna be console again, which I'm okay with. Hey Boris, we were just talking about how good you look today, man. I hope you were able to hear all of that. Will people on PS4 be able to play with people on PS5? Yeah, I don't know. Like, when is Destiny gonna be a day and date? Yeah, I know you're thinking about Destiny. Is Destiny gonna be a day and date with PS5? Like, will Destiny be available on PS5 on launch day? Have they mentioned that yet? That's gonna be a big thing too, right? Like, games that people are currently playing, how are they gonna transfer over? I would imagine not, because there was no PS3, PS4 cross-gen on Destiny, right? It's Destiny cross-generations. But that was, again, like, whatever, 5 or 6 years ago, so technology has changed just a little bit between now and then. All right, so I'm gonna get this thing fired up here. But I'm gonna play. I'm gonna apologize in advance, and I'm gonna play a 60-second ad. So, okay, let's talk about that real quick. Let's talk about the ad thing real quick. So, if you're not aware, Twitch instituted mid-roll ads, which means that if you are watching me, you might get an ad that just like starts playing like right now, or like from like now to now, at any point. And basically, like, the way for streamers to avoid interruptions in their stream is to intentionally roll ads every, I think they said 3 minutes every hour or something like that. Which just seems like kind of a lot, honestly. But so basically, like, if you're in the chat, and I don't know how this might be like behind the scenes stuff. I don't know if you need to have like the window maximized. I have no idea about that. So whatever. Well, I guess we're all experimenting with this together. But as far as I know, if you're in the chat and an ad plays, then that kind of like, and I play an ad for you, that kind of like buys you, I don't know, like some time where you won't get a mid-roll ad. But if I don't run ads, then depending on whenever you show up, you could possibly get an ad just popping up. And so please, like, be honest. Like, Boris got one. The pre-roll ads were already there. So basically, like, if you are and I think it's only for subs. So I think if you are subbed, you don't have to worry about ads at all. I don't even know if I roll an ad, if you'll see it, or if you'll just see like my BRB screen. But you won't get mid-roll ads if you're subbed. And that's like for across the board for everybody on Twitch. But if you're not a sub, then you'll get ads playing at a certain point. So please let me know, because I want to know like what the timing is. I'm gonna play an ad here in a minute and do the restroom thing. I might do a 90-second ad actually, because I have to pee as well, even though I just started streaming like 10 minutes ago. Screw it. We'll just do the coffee thing. I can hold it. So we'll do a 60-second ad, and yeah, let me know. Yeah, so that's Mungus. That's expected. So every time you go into a stream, and if you're not a sub, you get an ad as soon as you hit the stream, even if you like go from one stream to the next. And so that's how they have been doing it. But now Twitch is also kind of like opening up to the Amazon ad space. So that means that you might get some different, like, you know, on Twitch now you usually get like the same like 3 or 4 ads over and over again. But now Twitch has now kind of opened itself up to the Amazon ad space, which means that anybody that I think rolls ads on like Amazon Prime shows and stuff like that, you'll now see ads on Amazon. So you might get like different ads or more targeted ads and stuff like that. Just it's a new world, guys. It's a new world. We are the price we pay for free platforms and entertainment. Okay, so I'm gonna run a quick 60-second ad and go get some more coffee, and I suggest you do the same, and then I'll see you on the other side and we'll watch this PlayStation thing. If I can figure out, I've got 2 mice going at the same time. All right, let me know how this works. So you should see like my screen go up into the top corner and then an ad play. I'm gonna go to my BRB screen, move this here, and we'll be right back. And run a 60-second ad break. And we're back. All right, so let's stop this. Hopefully that was not too intrusive for you guys. I'm gonna pause this music and this PS5 thing. Pretty excited for this. PS5 is probably gonna be almost definitely gonna be my console of choice going into the next gen. I haven't even looked at like specs that much or anything like that. It's just kind of like I enjoyed my time with the 360, but I'm not really a Microsoft guy, I don't think, other than Windows by necessity. All right, so here we go. Let me just check one more thing real quick on the old stream. Holding together pretty well right now. Cool. Emote wall is live. Let me. Where's that showing up on the screen? There we go. Okay. So if you guys drop emotes, whenever you see something that you like. Diggs, what's going on? Kurt, this is why our PS. Yes! I am proud to announce that everyone who's in the stream right now has won 5 PS5s. So congratulations. Nylob, wow, I'm sorry you just missed it. You just missed it. Ugh, man, that's just some bad luck, dude. I'm sorry. That's why it's always good to chat as soon as you come into somebody's stream, because you just never know when you could win 5 PS5s. I don't know what you're going to do with all those PS5s, guys. Some of you might not even have 5 rooms in your house. So, I don't know. Maybe you could, network them together and, launch some nuclear weapons or something like that. I don't know. Whatever. Remember back in the day when, who was that? Saddam Hussein was, trying to get PS3s, I think, and network them? Is it processing power or something? Hilarious. Anywho, I did not get a pre-order, no. I'm holding off until probably next year. No ad, but you got a BRB screen. Okay, gotcha. All right, good to know. We're experimenting today, guys, with ads, with my kids doing remote learning and all that stuff. So let's go. Let me know about volumes and stuff too, guys, if you need volume turned up a little bit. I'll set you on my PS5s.
Where are we?
You see things others can't.
This is the power that flows through this land. Yet you do not.
Yeah, so I was saying before that I think Horizon is going to be my jumping off point for the next. So for the money, buy a new house. Yeah, I mean, I'd buy an island.
Let's do this.
It's up to you guys to do it as you see fit. But again, congratulations to everybody. I believe everybody that's in chat except Nylob has won 5 PS5s just for being here. So great. Digstown, we were just talking about that as well. What a day for gamers trying to buy cool things. On a PC emulating the PS5 experience. Okay. Any luck? I've heard tales of people trying to get the 3080s today, and nobody that I know has had any luck. I feel like it's going to be mostly bots.
Our kind do not question orders, we follow them.
Okay, buddy.
Sergeant, let's summon their icon. Icon? That thing's a bloody mountain.
Our foe will not relinquish their mother crystal easily.
Is this Final Fantasy?
This will be a bitter fight.
You should not be out
Volume
of
1
doors.
million. Is it not loud enough?
Come, Joshua. Your father will be expecting us.
I am Joshua's shield.
It is pretty low even on the video here.
I'm sworn to protect him.
I cranked it up a little bit.
What do you mean you refuse? Did you not pledge your swords to our cause?
Yo, Nyla, thanks for the 7 months with the Prime.
What does it matter?
I cranked the desktop audio, Gerda. Nyla, thanks for the 7 months, man. Appreciate you. We're still not getting a PS5, man.
We cannot defend our realm from the spread of the blight.
Thanks, dude. Thanks for the multi-pass. Always a day late and a dollar short.
So, Sentinel Dragoons. Imperial Vipers.
They only made 5 PS5s?
Do they
Wow.
really mean to invade us?
So are you just sitting there now, Diggs, with like the timer slowly counting down, determining whether or not you want to buy them? Because you could probably do the same thing, is just like buy them, resell them, and then get the one you actually want, even if you pay a little bit more. Make a little bit of profit on a Thursday morning.
Second life on fire.
Yeah,
That's impossible.
one of my buddies was like actually out. He was thinking about, he's building a PC, and he was the last part he needs, I think, was the GPU. And so he was at Micro Center yesterday, and he's like picking up like the last of the pieces that he needed for his machine. And he's like, maybe I'll just like camp out and wait. And there was already like a line of people camped out, and I guess like Micro Center even only had like 20 cards. And there was like 20 or 30 people already camped out. Yo, want to become famous? Buy followers, primes, big views. Spider-Man. What's going on, man? Why? Let's get you out of here, my friend.
I'll kill you. If it's the last thing I do.
Jabant. But if anybody is interested in becoming famous or buying followers, yeah, I know who you can. I got a guy you can talk to. That's a bummer. It is what it is. What is it? What's it gonna be? So Final Fantasy, thumbs up, thumbs down, hype, no hype. Please post 3 emotes with your reactions to Final Fantasy, what was that, 15? 16? 17? I don't even know what number they're on anymore.
It's too cold to change out here.
Oh yeah. This one I'm excited for.
Dang, I'm late for Mom's rally.
Subway card. Check. You got the house key?
Yeah, I got it.
It's always so weird to like see these videos of
Come on, we're gonna
next
be
gen
late.
games that'll be on both generations, because
Hey,
you know they had to like
dude,
cross
I am
develop
so
them,
filling your suit with snow.
so it's
Are you
definitely
still
not
wearing your
like
suit?
using
You know, just in case.
all the firepower at their disposal.
It's gonna be fine.
In this one, you can kind of tell.
See, this is my favorite
This doesn't
part
look
of
a whole
living
lot
in
different
Harlem.
than
Pop-up street fair.
this. I mean, it's
best
probably
food in
the same
city,
engine even that they used
awesome
for
music.
Spider-Man.
This would be great for the last beat I was working on. I should get back into mixing.
Yeah, it's been a while.
16. That's a lot of Final Fantasies.
What do you think about Rio Morales?
Thumbs up always for NX. Okay.
It's still hard to think of Mom as a politician. She's
Yeah.
been a teacher my
I
whole
haven't played a
life.
Final Fantasy game in
Similar
probably
skill
10
sets,
years.
right? Rallying people,
I was thinking about doing the online one, but then it was just like, it's gonna be too much for me. Too much. I was knee deep in Destiny at that point, and I didn't have the bandwidth.
I'm Brian Porton, creative director at Insomniac Games. We're excited to show you this first look at gameplay from Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales. Our story picks up 1 year after the events of the first game, and we find Miles' new home, Harlem, is in danger. Trouble brews while Miles' mom, Rio Morales, leads an election rally. A war between the devious energy corporation Roxxon and the Underground. A high-tech criminal army led by the Tinkerer starts to break out. In this gameplay sequence, captured on PlayStation 5 hardware, the Underground attacks Roxxon, sending the rally into chaos in a fight that spills onto the Braithwaite Bridge, where the Underground tries to steal Roxxon's experimental energy source, Nuform. Let's take a look.
I'm gonna let this roll, guys. I'll be back in just a second. I've got a
shoot each other, all right?
grouchy child.
We're after the new form. Ignore everything else.
I don't know, they were just playing. It's hard to tell sometimes. The noises of wrestling and playing are sometimes very similar to I'm super upset and I want to destroy things.
Get rid of him. Then grab as much as you can carry.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just kind of probably just like a reskin, basically, of. But it's like hard to get because I guess that's why when they do these like reveal events for the next generation consoles, it's always the same types of games that we see that are using like the not even the full power of the console, but designed especially with the console in mind. It's like the racing games, the sports games, There's always a racing game, right? Like we're definitely seeing a Gran Turismo trailer.
I have to stop this.
You guys who have been playing games for a while, you probably remember just like when PlayStation 2 came out and they had, it was probably Gran Turismo or Need for Speed or one of those like racing games. You're just like, it's never gonna get more real than this. This is ridiculous. It's like I'm looking at a picture. And now it's just like, I don't know how you get more realistic than, it's like ultra realistic, It's like more realistic than real life. Yeah, I almost feel like this is kind of like what, who's the developer that does like Far Cry? Avalanche? But it's kind of like what they did with the last couple of Far Cry games, where they like release one new game and then they use kind of like this, even like the same map and reskin it for a new game. It's a nice little hack. I feel like that works better for Spider-Man because you're like actually in the same city. And it's the same, like, just a different guy in the suit, but it's the same character, probably relatively the same motion capture, all that stuff. Just different powers. Gran Turismo 3, yeah. Remember that? Yeah, it's just like, there's no, oh my god. I remember, like, telling, like, before PS2 came out, I was just like, I remember telling my dad, like, Dad, you gotta see this, this is ridiculous. There's reflections in the windows. That one had like reflections on the windows, I think. And you look at it now, especially like on a 60-inch TV, and you're like, I'm gonna barf. This is so bad.
Need something they can cross. I can stop this.
Oh, classic Spider-Man. Classic Spidey, pulling things together. look how real it looks. It's just like square heads. Yeah. Oh my god, so funny. We all had that, like basketball games too. Like, just like, oh my god, that looks just like Larry Bird on Super Nintendo. You know. Like, look, his hair is even like flapping. Like, he's had that shitty haircut. You can almost see his mustache. Warner Bros. Oh yeah, this is the one that I've heard people going crazy about. Avalanche was working on this one? Those guys know how to do an open world.
Magic, both beautiful and powerful, binds together our long history.
No, it was Peter.
That common bond we share.
It was Peter in the most recent game, Boris.
The legacy of Hogwarts. Now it is time to add your own story to these hallowed halls.
Hogwizzies.
And quite possibly shape the future of the wizarding world.
So Avalanche they've done like the Just Cause games, and the most recent game I played of theirs was, they did Generation Zero and Mad Max, I thought Mad Max was awesome. I love that game.
And grow into your own magical abilities.
If you guys are looking for like a super fun open world game that is just kind of like a little bit crazy, a little bit plot, and check out Mad Max. You'll probably get it for pretty cheap.
Potions, taming fantastic beasts,
wow, that looks cool.
And mastering spells. There is a larger world beyond these walls. A world filled with dangers you can't yet imagine. An ancient knowledge,
wow,
long gone from this world. That strange and mysterious talent you possess may be the key to unlocking this dormant power. Your potential.
Whoa, that looks better than the movie.
Limitless.
I mean, the movie came out 20 years ago, but
the journey ahead will reveal what you stand for. The choices you make now will define the legacy of Hogwarts.
wow, that looks awesome. I think this is a perfect time for a game like that. For like the Hogwarts, the Harry Potter world, open world game. Like, how has that not been a thing yet? I'm glad they waited so long to do it. I think there have been like other Harry Potter games, but like doing a big open world wait, Spidey was free on PS Plus?
Hi everyone, I'm Dan Vondrak, creative director at Rare. One of our goals as developers is to bring the game world to life.
Totally. Sometimes all you need to do is mention the words.
With the power of this
Harry
console,
Potter.
we've been able to
And it's just
significantly
like, huh?
enhance the overall experience.
Yeah.
From what you see in the world,
Definitely
to how it
6
feels
to
in
12
your hands,
wands.
to what you hear around you. In Black Ops Cold War, you will be transported to the year 1981, in the middle of one of the most dangerous times the world has ever known, the height of the Cold War. The following is a portion of the first campaign mission.
Yeah, we gotta get our Call of Duty
high-value target linked to
required
the
Call of Duty
but
video.
in true Black Ops style, nothing is as it seems. Take a look.
Kasim is out of the picture.
How long before we get Arash?
The team arrived in Turkey a few hours ago. They should be in position shortly.
Oh man, I'm way behind. Sorry guys, I think I'm dropping frames. Might be behind on the chat.
Airfield's just up ahead. Let's go find this shithead.
Priority is to ID Arash before things go hot.
we're about to get infiltrated here.
Mason, check it out.
Oh, Mad Max on PS Plus. Yeah. It was fun. The last part of that game is like it gets super crazy. I feel like that game really just kind of keeps going up until the end.
Arash might be in the truck.
And I like how it like sort of is in like the Fury Road universe a little bit.
I can't make out his face yet. I don't want them.
This is really quiet.
The fuck? He just diced everyone in the truck.
Pewters.
That's gotta be Arash.
Hold fire. We need a positive ID. That's our man. Take him out.
Whoa. It's flat. Gross.
Shit! We missed him! Can't let him get away!
Okay. I'm not really about this kind of game anymore. Like blowing dudes up and sticking knives in their heads and stuff. Like kind of over that. Kind of over that part of my life. I don't want to see more of this. This happens like in real life. Use RCXD. RC Pro-Am. This is the new RC Pro-Am game. That game needs a remaster. Remaster RC Pro-Am. Oh yeah, you're gonna have to get up that ramp. Stop that radio control car! Adler. Production value of these trailers, though, for this is Call of Duty, right? Yeah, always pretty good. They know what they're doing there. They've got the formula down.
We hope you enjoyed that sneak peek at the campaign for Black Ops Cold War.
Okay, I never had a GameCube, but yeah, I know there was like some Harry Potter games that came out when the movies were coming out. But I feel like it just really lends itself well to like open world. You know, it's called the Wizarding World. Like, this is a really good time, I think, to do
honor
that.
to announce on behalf of my friends at Treyarch that the PlayStation community doesn't have to wait to play multiplayer. Starting this Friday, PlayStation players will be able to play the multiplayer alpha exclusively on PlayStation 4. And for those of you that are watching at home on your PS4, you can preload the experience starting tomorrow. We can't wait to see you online Friday and through the weekend. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Alright guys, I'm gonna take a short... No, I'm not.
All clear.
Come on, move! Chris? What the hell? Take him away.
5-year-old having some feels. I would not be surprised if they did that, Gerda. I would not be surprised at all. What's this one?
In life and in death.
I'm surprised they haven't done that already, honestly. it would translate. I mean, it's they have like famous actors in the trailers and the game and stuff like that. And I feel like there's a war movie that comes out like one a year comes out, right? Or so. One every couple of years, there's like a big budget war movie. I'm surprised that they haven't done a Call of Duty version of one.
Quit being so paranoid.
Zambies. So we got, let's see.
Long ago, a young girl went with her mother to pick berries for her
Whoa,
father.
this is cool.
Who was hard at work.
Looks like Coraline.
But the forest greeted them with a dark, cold silence. The bushes empty. Yet determined to find the berries, the rascal broke free of Mother's grasp and vanished into the trees.
Rascal.
Mother's worried cries faded fast as the girl ran on, over vine, under branch, and into the forest deep.
Are there recurring characters in Call of Duty? I know like literally almost nothing about Call of Duty. Nope on this game. Yeah. Village. This is a game built for, you know, oh, it's Resident Evil, yeah. So like all of the franchises obviously you know have to come out like with the launch of the system. I think I may have a type for games, guys, or nothing has really like kind of grabbed my interest yet.
You want out of a time loop? You gotta learn how it works. Black Reef is a puzzle, and each visionary is a different piece. Here's Igor.
I am a respected scientist.
Pretty new graphics. Ick. How's it going? Coraline.
Hey, over here! I'm coming for you!
Yeah, instant nope. Gerda, I would imagine that might actually like trigger some stuff. Like that seems like a very kind of a Michigan scene, you know, like Michigan in the winter, just like dark headlights. You see a shadow. No, scary. No, I just made this scene. I'm working on my 2021 overhaul as well.
Another lives because right now half an island
coming
away,
soon.
A different visionary is
Thanks,
throwing
man.
his nightly cannibal masquerade.
This game again like looks a little bit too like hyper violent for me, but the concept is interesting.
Yet somehow he never makes it to the party. Something keeps him home.
Gold, you there, buddy?
Here's the invite to the party. And here's why Igor blew it off. He made some kind of scientific breakthrough that morning.
I did it! I did it! It works!
That he makes every morning.
Like it looks kind of goofy and
I get there first.
like it could be fun. This is one where like somebody's hunting you, right? Yeah, rank points. Forgot about I forgot about that one. It still works.
No experiment, no breakthrough.
Always.
No reason for
During the day,
Igor
it
not
gets
to
that
drink
every
his
time. During the nighttime, it's pasta.
Now I got a shot at killing them both at the same time. In the same
Flashbacks, nope.
Hey, Wolf! It's time to hunt pig! Wolf! I'm talking about you, baby! Come on!
It's got you, yep. You can do it anyway, Mungus. If you like the first 3 people that do exclamation point first get rank points. Just a little fun fact. Fun fact for you is gross.
8 targets on my list. Every one of them with grand plans for eternal life. To break the loop, I gotta break the rules. Clock's ticking.
And you just ran out of time. You keep forgetting, Colt. I'm not like those other idiots. Only got one name on my list. Yours.
Deathloop. Right? Looks kind of like... Might be kind of fun. I think that might be fun to watch. Ooh, it's an exclusive for PlayStation, huh? I didn't see the bottom. I didn't see the asterisk. Is that just releasing first on PlayStation, or a full exclusive, full-on exclusive? All right, guys. I'm gonna try to beat these breaks. I'm gonna take a you were too slow today. I like this. I'm gonna take a quick break and try to defeat the ad gods. Be right back. Shoot, did that work? Did I push the button? Oh. Now I don't remember if I pushed the button or not. I probably did. Anyway, I hope that worked. Oops. There we go. Alright, and continue. I need to get myself a stream deck to handle this ad thing.
If our positions were switched, would our fates be different? Would I have your life and you mine? You a demon?
GMC5. I love that they're still rocking this aesthetic for Devil May Cry. Of just like 90s punk anime dude. He kind of looks like James Franco as well. Oh, also on PC, that's what that Star was. Got you. Got you. Thank you. So console exclusive. Oh, yeah, I don't know how it works on mobile. Gerda, do you know anything about that? About the new ad thing? Like, if anybody's on PC and saw an ad, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out. It's all a test. I'm just coming back and testing every time in production, because sometimes it's hard to tell without chat around, like how things actually work. Devil May Cry. Available digitally at launch. I don't think, my guess is that on mobile it's not gonna work. Maybe me running ads is not working on mobile. Oh, Oddworld. Like, they're still making these games. Again, all the franchises coming back. They're all, it's like a family reunion when there's a new console launch, or a new generation launch.
It sounds idiotic, but
Games we've been playing for 20 years are all back with new graphics.
bad karma for burning down my farm.
Hi, I'm Lorne Lanning, creative director of Oddworld Soulstorm. And we're excited to bring you an all-new exclusive trailer from the game. Here, our unlikely hero, Abe, finds himself fresh off the bat.
Is he still an unlikely hero, though?
The nefarious Rupture Farms. He thinks the journey is over, but soon discovers it has only just begun. The stakes are higher, the threats are larger, the obstacles are more devious, and it's all made possible by the power of PlayStation 5. Enjoy.
That would be great. I mean, you heard it here first, guys. That would be great for Franco to... Yeah, I think he would be hilarious in like a over-the-top video game role, you know?
We are not letting that Abe guy get away from us again.
I played the first two Abe games, Oddworld games. They're pretty fun. They were pretty fun when they came out, at least. This looks like Lemmings, though.
Wait here.
Yeah, I don't know, Boris.
I could go for a sandwich right now. We gotta get out of here. Come on.
I don't know.
My tummy's growling. I'm hungry.
Like, definitely not, you know, people aren't lining up at midnight to buy them, that's for sure. But, I don't know. They're my guess is they're probably cheap for, you know, cheap to make, and they scale probably pretty well to next gen. There's not a lot of, there's no open world. It's a platformer, so you can make it look real pretty without a lot of development, probably.
I'm worried about you. They're here with me. Please come out. Gregory, I may have lost my temper.
Creepy girl voice.
It won't happen again. It's been such a difficult day for all of us. Why don't you come out and we can play a game together?
No.
It won't happen again.
Lemmings was fun.
It was just a
Remastered Lemmings, remaster RC Pro Am. Those are my two takeaways from today so far.
I think she's found us.
Five Nights at Kids love, I tell you. Kids love Five Nights at Freddy's. Oh my god. I'm walking here.
Soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. Soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world
What do we got here?
might be mended. So the world might be mended.
Oh, this is the one that people were losing their shit about. Gerda, this is Gerda's game right here. Where's Loki? Where's Loki at? Paging Loki and piano. Oh yeah, the roll. It looks good. Wow, looks real pretty. Fun fact, this game doesn't come out yet. It hasn't come out yet, but somebody has already done a speedrun, no damage. This game's already been perfected. I would play this game. I mean, this has all the trappings too of like if they're still gonna do like free games on PS Plus. I don't know if they're gonna still do that with PS5 games, but in a year or two. I know I talk about my relationship with Bloodborne a lot. It was very fraught. But after beating that game, I'm just like, oh yeah, I would play another one of those games. Even though getting through it, I just like was super salty. I deleted it off my PS4 like twice, I think, before I finally played it all the way through. I need a gun. You died. Oh, nice, man. Thanks. Yeah, it's so basically like if I run an ad, how ads work for streamers is if I run an ad, there is like, you get like a fraction of a cent per viewer when an ad is played. So it helps me out a little bit. Thanks, man. And like I said, I'm going to try to run ads now manually. So I'll let you guys know. I'll put up my be right back screen. It's not going to be like, hopefully it will keep the interruptions down from mid-roll ads. And this is something that Twitch is like piloting right now, so this is not the final form of like how they're going to do ads. So I assume, and this is kind of how they, you know, from a streamer's point of view, this is kind of how they do things, where they just kind of like plop this new system down without, and then they're like, here it is, guys, we're excited to be doing this now, and everyone loses their freaking mind, and then they're like, we're going to back it off a little bit and do something different. So it'll change again. I'm almost positive. Again, it's like they're testing it in production. Oh, Fortnite time. The next generation of Fortnite's here. That's all they have to. It's not that it's not fully baked. It's fully baked. It's just not fully thought out. I don't know. It works. It works as intended. They just didn't really consult with the people that it's going to affect the most. At least as far as the a new PlayStation Plus benefit. I'm listening. It's great for advertisers and for Twitch and Amazon, but not great for viewers and streamers. Does anyone know Are we backwards compatible? Are we backwards compatible with digital games?
My name is Marcus.
My name is Kara.
My name is Connor.
I've got a whole bunch of games like from PS Plus and that I bought on digital that I have not played yet. Will I be able to play those on PS5, or do I need to keep my PS4 plugged in if I want to play those games? Okay, but like, say I got like Uncharted, right? The Uncharted 4 that I haven't played yet, and it's on digital. Will I be able to? Will that still be on my digital account on PS5? Like, will I have a PS4, a library of PS4 games that I can play? Okay. Wait, so is that all? Are those all free? Oh no, okay. So I'm guessing anything that was on PS Plus, you'll be able to play. Is that what that is? I don't know. I don't know what that means. What did I just see? Free as in beer. Oh, you're getting discless? Okay. I'll probably do that in the next one, too. Okay. Those are extras. Okay. That's cool. Buy this new console and you can play all the old games. It is pretty. I like it. I know people were making jokes that it looks like a router. I don't know. I like the way it looks. I'm gonna wait for the Horizon branded digital edition. It is big. And does it go horizontal?
So now you know. Thank you all for joining us today and for being part of this amazing journey. It's your passion as fans of gaming that drives us to deliver a truly new generation of experiences on PS5. From everyone at PlayStation, we appreciate your continued support, and we look forward to you getting your hands on PS5 very soon. To close, let me leave you with one more quick look.
I know what it is. I already know what it is.
The time draws near.
I mean, you can kind of tell based on the controller, right? Controllers are about the same size as the PS4 controller. It was like, I don't know, I'm guessing it's like 18 inches or so. Maybe a little bit smaller than that.
You must prepare yourself.
I can't hear you, Kratos. Everybody's leaning hard into that Viking thing. Valhalla, Ragnarok. I bet you that'll be it, just like Spider-Man. It'll be kind of a reskin of the same engine. Alright, so they didn't show any Horizon stuff, which means I probably have at least a year. Let's go. Until I need to look at buying one of these things. Unless something happens, like... Again, like... Elder Scrolls, Horizon, Destiny 3, like some huge game drops between now and a year from now. So what is it? It's $3.99 for the discless. It's not bad. Probably, and you usually see like your first price drop within a year, I think, right? Isn't that usually how it works? I'm excited though. It's always fun to like the new, especially when like next gen exclusive stuff comes out, when people stop cross developing. I'm sure, and I know there's a few games that are coming out that are developed solely for next gen or solely for PS5. And really, like it's usually like 2 or 3 years after the console comes out is when we start seeing like the real like crazy games that really take advantage of the full potential of the consoles. But all this stuff looks good. There's nothing that's coming out at launch though that's like got me like, oh my god, I need to have this, you know, on release day. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's I wonder like if the Xbox thing had any kind of played into that at all, you know? Because I thought Xbox's price point was pretty competitive as well, and they have like Game Pass and stuff, which PlayStation doesn't really have. I wonder how much like they had to kind of cram into that video that we just watched between the Xbox event and now. So what do you guys think? Nylob, you got yours on pre-order. Anybody else? Anybody else have one on pre-order already? Yeah, I like this. It's a fun time to be like into this kind of thing. You know, new console launches, like you got, you know, there's a little bit of nostalgia involved with this, especially for people who have been through like cycles like this before, or several cycles. So now, have they said, is Destiny going to be, how is that going to work? We were talking about that, I think, before you came in. Is there going to be cross-platform, cross-generation play? Like, will PlayStation players be able to play with PlayStation? Will PS4 and PS5 be able to play together? Is Destiny even coming to PS5, like, on launch? Please tell us. But it's fun to be, like, to kind of see what's going on, and it's I think after what this generation I feel like has gone on for like longer than most in the past, and things don't get, not necessarily stale, but like you're ready for like kind of a jump in technology and like what games can do and how big they are and what the graphics look like and all that stuff. I think we're overdue for something like that. So that still needs to be answered. Okay, well, it's like 2 months away. Yeah, it's okay. It's gonna be on PS5 at launch. Okay, so it might be just like another like account that you have to sync up with. God, that's, for games like Destiny, that's got to be so hard for like develop. I mean, I'm sure they've been working on it for years already. They've been aware, like Bungie's not like, holy shit, we have 2 months to figure this out. And your accounts, I'm assuming their account is the same. Like if you have, there will probably be plenty of people who have like a PS4 and a PS5 hooked up at the same time, and your same like PlayStation account, your same PSN account across the platforms will translate. But yeah, I would say it's funny because I was thinking about like jumping back into Destiny in November when new content comes out, and I wasn't sure yet like what platform I'm gonna play on. I guess it doesn't really matter, but I mean I have to buy it on one platform, so I don't know where I'm gonna wind up there. It probably depends on like where most of the Sparkle Ponies play, if that's still on PS4 or if that's moved to PC. Unknown. Yeah, buddy. Hey, Mungus, thanks for hanging out, man. Appreciate you stopping by. What's up? Brother? What makes the you remember that? Hold on, do you remember what it was? Yep, that's it. Yeah, see that I feel like the if they don't do kind of like a cross generation thing, then, or if they can't do it, there's going to be a really small, I mean that's going to split. Yeah, there's going to be just going to be small populations like everywhere, you know? And eventually people will like migrate over from PS4 to PS5, like everybody will be there, right? Like is there anybody playing on PS3 still, you think? Well, I guess Destiny 2 was never on PS3, but like at some point, like how many people were on PS3 playing Destiny, the original Destiny. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they handle that for sure. And I guess like, yeah, if you're on PC, then you don't have to worry about that. You just kind of have to worry about the PC crowd, right? So I don't know what to do there. But yeah, like I said, I'm probably like looking at probably another year from now or so, like next summer. Originally I was just like, oh, maybe I'll get it like beginning of 2021, like birthday present to myself, but I think I'm gonna get another tattoo instead. And I'll hold off on that and hold off on the new console until later, until there's like a game that I'm like dying to play, you know. Again, like that's when I jumped into this generation like 5 years ago with Taken King, when I was just like couldn't get enough of it. Would just be me on PS4 soloing Last Wish, just doing my thing.
Pull the sheets right off the corner of that mattress that you stole from your roommate back in Boulder. We ain't ever getting older.
What was I saying? I forget. Oh, Taken King. Yeah, like I remember, like I didn't play Destiny when it came out. I didn't even have a console anymore at that point. I had sold my 360. I was just playing like indie games and Hearthstone on PC. And then I saw like trailers for Taken King, and I was like, "This game looks amazing! Oh my god, I can't, like, why have I not been? Is it any good?" And then I went and got like the Taken King bundle from Best Buy, and I like my Destiny branded PlayStation, the white controller that I used to have that now drifts and I can't use it anymore. But I'm gonna do that for the next generation launch, I think. But I think both, it's been interesting because I think both Microsoft and Sony like did pretty good jobs with this. I know that people were getting kind of anxious or impatient about when is it, we know it's coming out this year, but like when and how much and when can I pre-order and all this other stuff. But I think they did a pretty good job with their events, having seen them both, and seeing like how they're doing the launch. I know, like, obviously I don't know how much it has to do with Sony of the the cluster that was the pre-order rush or in the last 24 hours, and whether or not like maybe that'll like work itself out in a couple of weeks, or you know, if there's another wave of orders that or of inventory that places get, it'll be okay like by Christmas. But there's going to be a crush for these things. Oh, there always is, like right in the first few months around their launch. But unless you're Nintendo, it usually doesn't last more than like a year. I don't know what Nintendo does with their production, but I feel like with Wii, it was like super hard to get a Wii for a long time. Switch, it was like super hard to get a Switch for a long time. It was, I mean, we had a hard time getting one for my son, but like that was because of COVID. But I feel like Nintendo's always kind of, you know, their supply chain they got issues there, like always on new console launches. And then the big boys, Sony and Microsoft, I feel like they work through those things a little bit more quickly. Guys, I'm gonna take one more quick break, and then we'll kind of wrap things up a little bit today. But I will be right back. I can get some water and take a short break. All right. They don't sell their stuff at a loss. Yeah, that's probably true. I mean, they just have a different way. Didn't see an ad. Okay. Weird. I don't know. Has anyone seen a mid-roll ad that I did not run intentionally? That's really all I'm trying to get past. If I have to go to a be right back screen and hit the ad button on my dashboard, I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna work. Nobody knows how this is working. All I've seen is like memes of people being like re-editing their like most popular Twitch clips with an ad in the middle of it, and being like, "See, this is what could happen." It's like, yeah, that's also what could happen if somebody like just comes into your stream now and has to watch a 30-second ad. To a certain extent, like I understand the grief, but I also kind of am like, well, it almost gives you more control over who sees what when, which is, I think, not a bad thing. More ads is bad, but more control over ads is not bad, in my opinion. It's so hard to figure out like what viewers see too sometimes on Twitch. It's like, I don't know. I feel like I need to like put my computer. You can't even run like a test stream and watch it like as a guest. That would be nice. A nice like feature to have is to be able to like run a test stream that's not actually live, but you can like view it as a guest. So if I run ads during the stream, I get like a small fraction of a cent for each viewer that's in chat when the ad runs. I do have a burner account, or like it's my mom's account, which I usually have up, but not today. That's usually like my I usually have the stream up on that account so I can kind of see what it looks like live. I'm dropping frames and such, but I didn't do that today. But again, like it's like I would like to be able to like kind of do that and to be able to test stuff. Like I wanted to set up captioning. I don't think that's working because I don't know how to like test it out to make sure that it works. This is the QA person in me. Is that like I'm like, oh, all this stuff is good, but then you just gotta like set it up and then go live and hope that like somebody pops in and can tell you if it's working or not. I don't think it's. I keep getting alerts that captioning is not working, but like I don't know what to do about that because I don't know how to like test it and make sure that it is working. Captions issue detected. Yeah. I don't know. Again, it's on me. This is what my this is what happens when you take like 2 months off and things change and you try to update and change things and out of the game for a while, but it's all good. Anyway, that's gonna do it for my short stream today. Just for future reference, I'm trying to do Wednesday nights now. So, Mom says it's cool if I use her account. Mom, you gotta tune in when I go. Turn on your alerts. Turn in when I go live. Hey, you get the viewers where you can. You get the viewers where you can, right? If you can't sign their family up for burner Twitch accounts and make them watch your channel, then you're doing something wrong. That's your baseline. Those are your baseline viewers right there. Your family. Blood is thicker than water. So I'm trying to get this back into the streaming routine a little bit. I've kind of like penciled in time for myself here and there, and just for like personal growth time. And sometimes that involves streaming on Twitch, and sometimes it involves just like hanging out and watching a movie or something like that. So stay tuned, guys. I'm definitely trying to do like something at least once a week. Wednesday nights are pretty popular, so I've been playing Star Renegades, and I'm gonna try to wait to play that until the next time I stream. I also may look at doing like a Discord, like streaming on Discord, which is like super low key. I don't need to worry about like OBS and bells and whistles and sub alerts and all that stuff. It's just I play a game and it shows up in Discord, and you can just like pop into chat and watch. But Star Renegades has been a cool game, kind of a roguelike RPG game that's really fun, cool pixel graphics. So we'll be playing that for the next little while, and then getting into Destiny. I'm off stream. I'm playing through Death Stranding. I'm almost at the end of that game, and then I'm gonna move on to I think finishing Titanfall 2, and kind of play through some of these story games that I haven't that have been on my backlog for a while. So I do want to thank you guys for hanging out this morning, having some coffee or whatever your morning/afternoon drink of choice may be. My alerts did not go, but I know I want to thank Nylob for the resub. And Ick, you mentioned something about I did not get a sub notification for you, which is odd. I don't know what's going on there, but thank you for the resub. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, we'll be back possibly this weekend, if not next week, doing some stuff. So hang out in Discord. Discord is starting to come back to life again a little bit. We are reading Ready Player One right now in the book club. We read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy last week, and or last month. Next month we'll be doing a horror book in October, and then November, December we're gonna read Dune in preparation for the big movie that's coming out. Oh, I wanted to watch that trailer today. We'll do it next time. It is. That's strange. Did you Sometimes it comes up with that little alert. Are you on mobile? You're on mobile, right? Maybe that's... I didn't get any alerts today from on my mini feed. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. If it comes up later, I will replay it on my next stream. I'll keep it in mind. Yeah, so that's book club is we're still doing that. We gotta chat. We got some catching up to do with book club. Maybe we'll do that next week. We'll so if you have not read the last couple months of books, or if you're close to finishing up with those, and we'll we'll chat about those next week. I'll bring my thoughts and things to the show. But until then, guys, again, I'm gonna go to the stream ending page, and I'm gonna go find somebody perhaps to raid this morning. As long as I get those Bezos money. All right, let's see. None of my friends are streaming, so we are going to. We're just gonna host Loco, guys. Loco's one of my favorite streamers. She's a big timer, but she's doing basically the same thing that I just did. Actually, you know what? No, we're gonna since we just did that, and we already talked about that. We're gonna host Potato. Potato is one of the first streamers I ever started watching, and he has gone back to his roots. He's playing DayZ. He is a super cool dude. So check him out. But until then, guys, again, thank you so much for hanging out tonight. Or this. Why do I keep saying tonight? Because I'm rusty. Rusty is. Thanks for the resubs, Ick, Nylob, Boris, thanks for being here. Gerda, thanks for being here. Mungus, thanks for being here. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next time.